Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Newspaper Review. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and I hope you are not wondering while I'm giggling this morning. Mr. Salman Salam in the studio is giving me the vibes Monday morning. My guy in the office, you know how our guys do now. If they don't want to do the needful, they'll now turn the tables around. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Salabi.
I've been telling you that the reward for work is more work.
Really?
Good morning and happy Monday.
All right. Typical entrepreneur. That's what they do. Instead of them to say the reward for hard work is more cash, salary increase, pay rise, mbano. It's more work. Anyway, welcome to the show. It's Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM. And as usual, we have quite a number of newspapers lined up for review this morning. And quickly, we start off with the New Telegraph. And it starts with no guess for guessing the Anambra election. Anambra Guba. Oh, ADC condemns cash and carry democracy. Okay now. NGF congratulates Soludo on re-election. Kalu urges Southeast to support Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. And UK issues travel advisory on Nigeria, wants citizens to avoid 16 states. Okay, future engineers must accept back-end tech as standard practice. Anekiti 2027, Oluyede emerges PDP Guba candidate. And Nigeria's varsities well equipped to attract foreign students, Jaribe. And a little bit of sports news here. Man City crushed Liverpool 3-0 in statement victory, talking about the EPL. And don't fear nuclear power, fear God, Olu tells Tinubu. Okay. Moved one comments Unijos for hosting historic 27th Unilag Games. And Anambra polls Ugachuku yet to decide on tribunal. All right, we move on to the Punch newspaper. And PDP crisis, 3,000 delegates set for high-stakes convention. Army clarifies viral video of confrontation with Anambra deputy governor. And 241 killed, 144,000 displaced by flood. That's according to NEMA. Police drag journalists to court over report on Ebonyi lawmaker. Edo families fault police insist 6.5 million naira ransom paid. Okay, 15 girls rescued from Ondo sex trafficking syndicate. And Soludo's Anambra win spark political storm. Crude earnings plunged by 43%. All the stories you can find on the front page of the Punch newspaper. All right, we move on to the cable newspaper now. Protesters disrupt opening of a Edo museum dedicated to West African art. And Wike gives Abuja land use defaulters 14-day grace to pay 5 million naira violation fee. And Soludo's re-election, a statement to his visionary leadership, says Bola Tinubu. National embarrassment, ADC candidates reject Anambra election result. And NSCIA rejects US watch list, says Nigeria not in religious war. Forest protection, climate adaptation, finance, big issues to watch out for at COP30. And Nigeria's security is non-negotiable, says President Bola Tinubu. And we move on to Daily Trust now. No respite for patients as doctor strike enters day 10. And still staying with Daily Trust, what the Anambra election means for party politics in Nigeria. All right, we move on to the Guardian newspaper now. Soludo's triumph in Anambra as ADC observers decry vote buying. Nigeria loses $8 billion yearly to idle seafarers, delayed CVP disbursement. And Trump orders tougher visa screening regime. Mbas committee inspect Rivers Police School ahead of planned refurbishment. COP30, how continental priorities will shape Nigeria's climate diplomacy. Awujale Olawumi warns kingmakers against violations of traditions, customary laws. New CNS assumes command, vows to strengthen maritime security. Trump's comments threatens national unity, NSCIA warns, demands retraction. Terrorist groups fight over Lake Chad Island. Lagos State signs 3 new waste conversion agreements. Police rescue stolen boy, arrest 6 over child trafficking in Anambra State. NCS records revenue surge as Port Harcourt Command earns 33 billion naira in October. And Governor Two Hills return of Tinapa to state government. Wike extends deadline for FCT property owners to regularize titles. How Nigeria can improve Naira value, hedge volatility. That's from Olisa Agbakuba. IMF Nigeria discuss reforms, new development planned. Minister clarifies presidential approval of Ekpe University. And Kebbi records 20% decline in girls drop out of school. And Netherlands seeks partnership with Abuad in education agriculture. AEDC confirms restructuring to enhance efficiency, service delivery. And NECA lost FG's 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel. Senate decries $300 billion crude oil losses in Niger Delta in 10 years. All right, we move on to the Nation newspaper now. Victory means elections getting better, says Soludo. Partnership promises authentic African content at launch. Okay. And Nigerians in Australia endorse aspirants' governorship ambition. Niger governor pledges commitment to food security. All right, this is the next newspaper is next. Soludo in landslide secures second term. Victory reinforces power of incumbency. And presidency flaunts counter-terrorism record amidst America's CPC designation. Nigeria IMF discusses economic reforms and growth plans. right, we move on to the Vanguard newspaper now, and let's with this story: how Soludo's tsunami swept all 21 local government council. FG exceeds 2025 borrowing target by 55.6%. All right, we move on to penpushing.com now. Trump's designation of Nigeria as country of particular concern caused by failure of leadership, says Obi Ezekwesili. And still staying with penpushing.com, 6,000 unclaimed driver's licenses in Akwa Ibom State, says Federal Road Safety Corps. And also on penpushing.com, penpushing member Tunde Lemon appointed board chairman, Association of Corporate Affairs Managers of Banks. And finally on penpushing.com, okay, I think we've taken this before, 6,000 unclaimed driver's licenses in Akwa Ibom State, says Federal Road Safety Corps. For more stories, check out penpushing.com, your source of authentic news globally. All right, we'll take a short break now. When we return, Mr. Salami will be leading us during this second half of the show, where we look at some of the stories in details. It's still Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Please don't go away. We will be back in a moment.
Journey. We've had our finest moments and our darkest hours. Yet we pull ourselves back from the brink every time. We are a resilient people. We are Nigeria. And when we talk, we share our views on Talk Radio 93.7 Citizen FM. A people united will never be defeated. Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Wake up, Abuja. Rise and shine. Get ready to start your day on Sunrise at Citizen. Sunrise at Citizen 93.7. Join us from 5 a.m. to 12 noon as we bring you the latest news, trending topics, and the most music to kickstart your day. From politics to entertainment, sports to lifestyle, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on our interactive segments, contests, and giveaways that will keep you engaged and entertained. Start your day with a smile. So, set your alarms and wake up to the best morning show in the city. Sunrise at Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja's go-to station for news, entertainment, and more. Sunrise at Citizen 93.7 FM, 5 a.m. to 12 noon, Monday to Friday. Let's get this day started.
The issues.
Everybody respected that because it was coming from the president.
Theory behind it, the way the people took the battle in their hands.
Some civil servant retired without a roof over his head.
The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Hussein cannot be divulged from those who cause the crime. Honestly.
The passion.
You must have national spread. So where is it?
Why are you so concerned about that?
He said money was.
I never.
No.
The platform is always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.7.
The source is constant.
My name is Lawrence Umoite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow, Insight returns with another interesting.
Insight with Lawrence Umweti on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Be part of the experience.
Are you a student looking for a voice? Do you want to discuss the issues that matter most to you? Tune in to Student Affairs every Wednesday at 12:05 p.m. on Citizens 93.7 FM Abuja. Join the conversation as we dissect the latest trends, challenges, and successes affecting students. From academics to entertainment, we have got you covered. Don't miss out on the debate, the discussion, the dialogue, and much more. Be part of Student Affairs every Wednesday at 12:05 p.m. on Citizens 93.7 FM, Abuja. Student Affairs, empowering students' voices, every Wednesday at 12:05 p.m. on Citizens 93.7 FM, Abuja.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. This is the second half of the show, and this is where we look at some of the stories in details. And also, this is where we open our phone lines. The lines are open now. You can join the conversation. Call us on 0903 2229797. That's 0903 2229797. You can also call us on 0818 222205. I take that again, 0818-222205. And you can also send us WhatsApp messages on any of these two numbers if you don't want to make a voice call. But please, it's a Monday morning. Let's avoid a flashing. And Mr. Salami, I'm bringing back Mr. Salami formally this time. Good morning, sir.
Very, very good morning to you, the Grandmaster, and our super citizen listener.
Mr. Salami is the Chief Operating Officer, Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja. And as usual, we will be guiding us on a discussion as we go through some of the stories in details. And where else to start, Mr. Salami, if not Anambra State? You know, on Friday, we asked the question, to be or not to be? That was the question. And the electorate in Anambra State answered the question because everything was left to them. Voters came out and reinforced Soludo's term in office for another 4 years in what has been described as a decisive victory. But this is how this day newspaper put the story. Soludo in landslide secures second term. Victory reinforces power of incumbency. And in a landslide, the Anambra State Governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, secured his re-election for another term of 4 years, thus reinforcing the power of incumbency in Nigeria's electoral system. Though a few governors had failed the re-election test since the nation returned to civil rule in 1999, the power of incumbency has remained a recurring factor in the nation's electoral process. Let's move on to the story of the day, because there's a lot of background here. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu, among several other prominent Nigerians, have congratulated Soludo on his victory as Anambra State Governor. The president, in a personally signed letter, lauded Soludo for bringing discipline, grace, and a fresh perspective to governance in Anambra State. Mr. Salam.
Lawrence, let us thank Almighty God and let us congratulate ourselves for the outcome of the election in Anambra State. Whether we like it or not, we have started deepening our democracy. It started from what Mr. President did by signing a letter personally congratulating the winner of the election. Why did I say the winner? INEC declared him the winner. And INEC is the rightful umpire to do so. So, one, it only means that Nigerians have decided, especially Anambarians, they have decided, and Nigerians have now agreed that electoral issues must be settled at the polls. The Anambarians have renewed the tenancy of Professor Soludo at the Lighthouse. Secondly, what does that tell you? It only shows that he's doing some things right, in a way. Why did I say so? He won in 21 local governments. That is, in all the 21 local governments, Professor Soludo won, not necessarily led, won. And that has a telling effect. I do not subscribe to the idea that it is solely because of the power of incumbency. Quite many governors have lost election. Nobody is saying that incumbency is not a factor. Of course, it is. But that does not mean that it is the sole determinant of our election. Quite many other things will come into play. Your record of performance or non-performance, and quite many other things. But the most important thing is this: the election was somewhat peaceful. Maybe along the lines on one or two places there were skirmishes, but generally speaking, it was a peaceful election. And what was observed by the election monitors as lapses were acts of vote buying and voter apathy. These two issues cannot be placed at the domot of INEC. No. Is it the INEC that is buying vote?
Or selling.
Or selling vote? There are willing buyers
and willing sellers.
And sellers. And INEC's duty, I do not think one of INEC's duty is to go to people's homes to wake them up and say, please, it's time for election. Come to the polls and exercise your franchise. In any case, you have the right not to vote if you choose not to. But then the thing is this: those who don't vote are those who complain loudest. Most times to criticize the process. And of course, it's the elite most of the time. What am I saying really? The Anambra election has come and has gone. And the people have spoken.
Well, Mrs. Salami, somebody does not agree with you, and the person is the candidate of the African Democratic Congress for that election, John Nwosu. He described the election as a national embarrassment, and this is how the Cable puts the story. John Nwosu, the candidate of the ADC in the Anambra governorship poll, has rejected the outcome of the poll. In a statement released after the exercise, Nwosu described the election as a ruse and total subversion of the people's will. He alleged that the people of Anambra had not only expressed their choice, citing widespread vote buying and financial inducement at polling units across the state. There's a quote: in almost every polling unit, voters were openly induced with cash ranging from 3,000 to 20,000, turning the entire process into a marketplace rather than a democratic exercise. That's from the ADC candidate.
Mr. John Nwosu of the ADC. I wasn't there, but we sent our reporters there, and we have reports from all over, especially from the independent observers. Are you telling Nigerians that in all the 21 local governments, vote buying took place, and all your members and all those who will have ordinarily voted for you sold their votes? Come on, let us begin to accept defeat. Your votes were bought to the extent that you didn't come second. You came a distant third because LP came last.
Not last, they came fourth.
They came fourth. Well, maybe because I didn't expect it. That was why I thought that it was last. But to me, any lion that kills a rat is not a hero. That one is for LP. Well, let me face Mr. Nwosu. The truth is this. Let us not, because the thing did not turn our way or come our way, disparage it. And again, let us pick or choose our words in expressing our feelings, especially when things don't come our way. Let's always know that there will be another day. If you don't win today, it only means that you should go back to the drawing board. Try and redesign and replan. It may be your day tomorrow.
And besides, there are tribunals set up, for that, and the courts. You can vent your misgivings there. Proof that the election was rigged, and if you can prove that, then I'm sure you will have your day in court. There are ways to go about these things. Mrs. Sam, before we leave, I just want us to look at the data from the election. As you said earlier, Soludo won in all the 21 local councils in the state. He polled a total of 422,664 votes. And the candidate of the APC, Nicholas Ogachukwu, came second with 99,445 votes. Paul Chukuma of the YPP got 37,753 votes, while George Mogalo of the LP scored 10,576 votes. Mr. Salami, the performance of the YPP is significant. You know, it only means that later brother and friend, Uba, had put in a lot of structure in that state. And almost a year gone after he departed this world, the YPP is still putting up a strong performance.
If he were alive and had contested, Only God knows what will be
It
singing.
would have been a close fought.
I don't know. I know that they will be singing a different song today.
So
Because he will give them a good fight.
yeah.
He was on ground, no doubt about that. You see, there is a difference between what some people call Abuja politicians and the grassroots politicians who are always with the people and speak the language of the people. Uba, may his soul rest in peace, Senator Ifeanyi Uba. He picked a party.
Was on ground. He left PDP.
He left. That was what I was telling you. He left PDP. The thing is this: he contested short of independent candidate, and he won the election. That is the mark of a grassroots person. If you are a grassroots man, irrespective of your party, whether you like Obi or you don't like Obi is a significant politician in this country. When Obi moved to Labour Party, he changed the face of Labour Party, at least for that time. What are we saying? Instead of playing politics in Transcorp or being an Abuja politician, go back home, go to the people, speak their language, do the right thing, and endear yourself to them. Politics has everything to do with the people.
Exactly. And Mrs. Salami, when you talk about grassroots politicians, it reminds me also of Senator Wadada of Nasarawa State. That's a man that is also on ground.
Wadada is on ground.
On ground. He left the PDP, he went to the SDP, and he got elected. So these are men that, you know, that when they say my people, they are truly speaking for their people.
I've been telling whoever cares to listen that politicians, real politicians, they are always at home and their doors is wide open. They hardly have gates, not dogs. When Chief Oloye Saraki was alive, he was reported to have told one of the candidates who came to him for poster that, sir, I have not done my poster. He said, I am your poster. I am your poster. You don't need any poster.
Oloye's words were lost those days.
Those were politicians.
Okay, unlike a boss of mine who was once a politician, who won election and he didn't want to see his constituents. And the people said, you cannot win election and go to Abuja and be speaking grammar on TV. That's not why we elected you.
He was in politics by default because I know the person you are discussing.
Okay,
and of course, they taught him a lesson.
Okay.
He's watching the politics from the sidelines.
And he also learned a lesson.
Well, I pray he does.
Anyway, Mrs. Salami, the number, the phone lines are open. You can call us on 0903-2229-797. You can also call us on 0818-2222-205. Once again, 0818-2222-205. So, elections have come and gone in Anambra State, and Dr. Soludo has been re-elected for the second term, and the next phase now will be post-election litigations that we know normally follow. So tensions will move to the courts for now, which is the democratic thing to do. If you not pleased with the result declared by INEC, then the next phase is for you to seek redress in court. Mr. Salami, let's move on to this story on the front page of the Tribune newspaper. Terror deaths in Nigeria declined by 81%. That's from the presidency. The presidency says Nigeria has recorded an 81% reduction in terror-related deaths since 2015, attributing the decline to improved counter-insurgency operations and stronger collaboration between security agencies and affected communities. In a statement posted on its official X handle, the presidency said more than 13,000 terrorists have been neutralized in the past year, while over 124,000 fighters and their dependents have surrendered to authorities. It added that more than 2.1 million IDPs, that's internally displaced persons, have returned home with restructuring going on. Mr. Salami.
You see, I have been saying it that we have our peculiar problem. No two ways about that, and nobody's denying that. But the real problem is non-communication. The government is not communicating enough with the people. Let the people know that, yes, we are doing so, and so. Let the people know that this is the result. We, the media men, know that the government is working. But there's a need for the government to communicate constructively with the people. They should engage the people. They should let the people know precisely what is the state of affairs in this country. It is not for Trump to tell us their own narrative from their perspective, John Dee's perspective, so to speak. The truth is this: communicate more with the people. Let the people know that, yes, we have problem, but this and this are what we are doing to solve the problem, and this is the result. God bless this country.
Amen. God bless Nigeria. Mr. Salami, move on to the Daily Trust. No respite for patients as doctor strike enters day 10. 10 days after the nationwide strike by the Nigeria Association of Resident Doctors began, patients across the country continue to suffer as medical services remain paralyzed in at least 91 healthcare facilities. Correspondents of Daily Trust report that patients have been left stranded in several hospitals as the 11,500 resident doctors who make up a significant portion of the country's 56,000 registered medical practitioners remain on strike. The resident doctors are medical graduates undergoing specialist training and form the backbone of emergency and routine care in most public hospitals across Nigeria. Mr. Salami.
This is a sad one. This is a very, very sad one. Those doing residency, you know that these were fresh graduates who are going through training in hospitals. And this, I understand that they have 11,500 of them out of the 65,000 that we have, meaning that it's a significant number. Why did the government allow them to go on strike? Is the first question. The second question is this. This is the 10th day, and yet we are still counting. And this is the government that I really love. This is the government that I pray for, and I believe all Nigerians pray for this government to succeed. It is when your government succeeds that even you too will enjoy. So you are not doing any government a favor by praying for the government. Rather, you are doing the civic obligation and you are doing the right thing. On the moral pedestal, that is even what we are supposed to do, to pray for our government. But I must confess that this has left a very sour taste in the mouth. 10th day. And the health sector is such a very critical sector, Lawrence. I don't pray that you have a patient. That is when you will understand in graphic terms what it means to allow doctors to go on strike, even for a day. And this is the 10th day. I call on the Honorable Minister of Health to please do the needful. And if possible, end this thing today.
It's rather very sad, Mr. Salami, because why this is even peculiar is that lives are involved. If other sectors, for example, maybe universities shut down, bad as that is, when they resolve the crisis, people come back to school. But when doctors are on strike and lives are lost, when they resolve it, how do you get back those lives? Sad. It's sad. So we know that yes, resolution of industrial dispute should not be something that government will just throw up its hands and in frustration and say, oh no, we can't afford to do this. sorry about that. We had some issues to sort out. It's still newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. So Mrs. Farmer was talking about the resident doctor strike. I think officials of government need to be more serious about the discussion, because that's what it is. It shows the level of commitment in terms of negotiations. We always say it. If it's something that is considered, if it's a sector that is considered very vital to the elite, under 24 hours, no matter how thorny that issue is, it will be resolved.
The aviation issue, you will discover that they will not allow it to happen.
Exactly.
They will not. And it's unfortunate we are saying this, but that is the truth, or that is the impression we, the people, have, that they take more sectors. More important, and they respond fast to some issues, to some sectors.
Mr. Salami, let me take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Musba Salami.
Okay, Mr. Salami, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, my brother. Happy day to you.
All right.
This matter of Nigeria, may God help us, as Mr. Salami is praying for Nigeria. May God pray for him and pray for all of us.
Ooh, we lost that. Mr. Salami, you can call back. Your call just dropped now, 0903 2229797. You can also call us on the other line, 0818 2222205. Mr. Salami, you can conclude your thought.
Well, what was I saying? Was that there is a need to be more people-centered, and that government should prioritize the people. In fact, the mandate of any government is the welfare and well-being of the people. All the programs should be people-centered, and the people should be the reason for being government. Like we keep on saying, that were it to be aviation matter, they will come in and you discover that they will avoid the strike. Because it has to do essentially with them. We, the people too, we deserve to breathe.
The reality of the what you just said, Mr. Salami, was brought home. Remember when we had the problem with our runway in at the airport here in
and
Abuja?
The Kaduna airport.
And the Kaduna airport was a temporary...
Just came alive.
And that was not it.
And
immediately, the road from Abuja to Kaduna
became safe.
Became motorable overnight. Why was that?
Because they will need to either travel by road to Kaduna to catch a flight, or that is just the truth, and it is a sad narrative.
All right. I think Mr. Salami is back on the line. Hello, Salami.
Hello, good morning. This is me, Musba Salami.
Okay.
My credit finish on that man.
Okay, all right.
So we thank God for all what you people, all this what can I call you people? What you are doing for us. You are trying for us a lot. You people make Nigeria to be better. And we thank you. May God bless you. Long life and prosperity for you and your family.
Amen.
So what I'm trying to say is that we are looking something Yoruba say, Amukun, Ewewo. The person with that in leg bend, they carry load for it, they say leg bend. Nigeria don't bend for long. We always put the problem on the present. You see, what is happening now, Oga, it's not the present happening. We have to say the thing has the infrastructure, everything has been made in a way for us right from time. Things have not been like this. Don't blame whether you are blaming Bola Tinubu or blaming this. The step that the other ones leave, when people are following. Instead of PDP is not bad. People are in the PDP. Those are the people that people are looking at. May God bless Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Salami. But we also know that government is a continuum at the end of the day. And even our president has said it several times that we should not pity him. He asked for this job and is going to deliver. So when we talk about government, we know that government, when you are in charge, you take all the responsibility. You also accept all the praises and you take all the criticisms. Mr. Salami.
Well, you have rightly pointed out that all the assets and liabilities, as even were a company, you take it if you are in charge. And in any case, you wouldn't have been voted if things were going well.
Mm-hmm.
You were voted in because people have the feeling that yes, you can make a difference.
All right.
No blame game.
Exactly. Mr. Salami, let's move on to the cable newspaper before we go. Wike gives Abuja land use defaulters 14-day grace to pay 5 million naira violation fee. Nyesom Wike, Minister of Federal Capital Territory, has given property owners who violated land use regulations in parts of Abuja, the nation's capital, a final 14-day grace period to pay 5 million naira violation fee. In early September, the FCT minister fined some property owners in Abuja for converting their buildings to other uses without approval. Most of the properties were converted from residential to commercial use. In a notice published in national dailies, the property owners were given 30 days to regularize their titles. However, according to a statement issued on Sunday, the 30-day window earlier granted by the FCTA in September for the payment of the penalty had expired. He added that the minister now has approved another 14-day grace period beginning Tuesday, November 11, for defaulters to pay the 5 million naira fee and other applicable charges for land use change and conversion. Mr. Salami.
How do I begin to analyze this? The first 30 days are elapsed, and the Honorable Minister has just given another 14 days for violation. And what was it? Conversion of
the property
to other use, other than what it was meant for, to commercial use, so to speak. If they were okay, they would not have converted it to commercial use. That is not to say
that. He said if they were okay, I don't understand.
If they were financially okay.
You mean the owners of
the owners? If the owners were okay financially, or they are in a good financial stand, they will not have converted in the first instance. It only means that they need to augment whatever they get. So I would rather plead with Barrister Nyesom Wike, our performing Honorable Minister, to please allow them at least the whole of this year, so that they will start the new year afresh. I doubt if they will be able to get 5 million within 14 days. Quite many of them will not. That is just the truth. And let government, as a milk of human kindness, I don't want a situation whereby Nigerians will begin to say, this one is tax. And there was a time a friend told me that very soon they will tax the hair. We are breathing. Please, Barrister, give them give them a respite. Let us at least allow them to have the whole of this year before the year comes to an end in less than 40-something or 50-something days. At least give them the whole of this year. Let them plan for it, because they have bills to pick and they have other things to do, especially in December. To ask them to pay 14 days for 5 million in 14 days is to say the least. Harsh.
All right, Ms. Salami. I hear you, but when will we start doing things right in the country, Mr. Salami? When we normally appeal to sentiment when it comes to things like this? When are we going to be to hold ourselves responsible when we violate the law and say, yes, I erred, I have to face the music? When? You get a property approved for residential purposes, you convert it, break it, and turn it into shops. Mr. Salami, sometimes. And when we look at other countries, they say, this kind of thing cannot happen in advanced countries. They will pay laws. They pay punishment. You jump a traffic light, you pay for it. You cannot escape it, because there are laws and there are enforcements.
Lawrence, I will never reward bad behavior. And I am not saying that violators should go scot-free. What we are saying is this. In all rules, there are exceptions. To start with, I will not condone abuse in whatever form. But what we are saying is that to pay 5 million within 14 days.
Not today,
after the
Mr.
first 30 days.
30 days expired, nothing happened.
Yes. What we are saying is this. Temper justice.
Okay, I hear you.
With mercy.
All right, we'll leave it. I hope at the end of after this show now, you also temper justice by giving me what I deserve in the newsroom. Today's a Monday. Since you failed to do that on Friday, I'm publicly calling you out on the radio now. And if possible, we'll throw you under the bus tomorrow if you don't do it. But meanwhile, thank you so much, my guy. Thank you so much, Mr. Salami, for your incisive analysis on the show.
Thank you very much, Lawrence, for taking me to public court.
All right, the program returns tomorrow, 7 a.m., bright and early. My name is Lawrence Omoiti. Enjoy the rest of your day.